There are a lot of questions we don't know the answer of. Are we alone in the universe? Can life even form outside of our planet? Why are we here? What is the meaning of life? Is GTA 6 ever coming out? What brought us all here? What is Zendaya's last name? If Tom Holland married her and got her last name, will this name just be Tom? But in this video, I'm going to answer the most important question of all. Can you beat Minecraft? You can only use creepers as weapons. The rules are simple. I can only deal damage using creepers. To do that, I'm just going to give myself a bunch of creeper eggs and a flint and steel. The flint and steel is to make the creepers explode on command, so I can avoid doing that annoying dance where you're trying to have the creeper blow up, or you're also trying not to die, so you get too far and the creeper stops charging, and then you get closer but it's already mid-animation, so now it's gonna explode sooner, and you didn't expect that, and now you're dead because of the explosion. Is it just me? I'm also allowed to punch creepers. Little disclaimer though, I still accidentally punched other mobs a few times, but since they were accidental punches, in the moment I decided to let it slide, as long as it wasn't more than once. Also for some reason I decided that my offense slot could only be used to hold the flint and steel. Maybe I just like to torture myself for views? Who knows? At some point, I realized it was kinda insane anyway, so I stopped pushing it too much. I also activated instant respawn because I thought it would have been fun. Anyways, this is it for the rules, so let's just get into the challenge, where I also have live reactions, but they're in my first language, Italian. Don't worry though, everything will be translated in the subtitles. It's just that sometimes stuff doesn't really translate one-to-one to English. So I'm gonna need you to memorize this chart really quick. Okay, got it? Let's go then. I already have a terrible start. First I start in a bamboo jungle, which is just terrible to navigate. But most importantly, there's a bug where if you use an unbreakable flint and steel on a creeper, it just disappears. What? Che scompare? Apparently it's already been reported, but Mojang hasn't really done anything about it. Well, we already have to revision the rules a bit. From now on, I just give myself a normal flint and steel, and if it breaks, I just give myself another, unless I have the materials to craft it. Anyways, let's get back into the challenge. Where we start like in any other world. Chop wood, make a crafting table, explode a patch of gravel, make some stone tools, then I get some copper because you can actually use it for progression now, get some coal, and commit slaughter to get nutrition. While almost slaughtering myself in the process. And then, while facing danger for the first time, I do the most logical thing. Run. While swimming, I find iron. But most importantly, a jungle temple. I'm not sure when was the last time I found one of these. I instantly go inside to elegantly solve the secret puzzle containing the first treasure, which was just some gold. Then I masterfully disarm every trap. Just to find some garbage. When I go outside, I'm instantly met by my worst enemy. Skeletons. With no armor, no shield, and being forced to use creepers in a closed space, I think you can imagine how this one goes. Bruh. Cool. In hindsight, I probably could have just run past it. Oh well, the main thing I have to worry about now is that I lost all my items, that it's nighttime, and that I don't really remember my way back to the temple. So my best option right now is to just drop into the ocean and stay away from land. I guess I just say goodbye to those items I lost. One thing though, they really have to buff jungle temples loot. They're kinda useless now. Anyways, while swimming, I found out something really cool with the F3 menu. You can now customize it. You can decide to always show certain things like your FPS count or your coordinates. I find the most disappointing shipwreck ever. Just one chest with some garbage, really? As soon as I touch land, I try to gear up ASAP. And in the meantime, I find a crazy tech to farm mushrooms using creepers.
Okay.
Too bad it's useless in a normal creeper. As the night comes, I decide to camp on a mushroom, since I'm still armorless. And I just spent most of the night time cooking food and copper for armor. Now that the night passed and I'm all geared up, I finally feel safe enough to go into a cave. Or I would, if it wasn't for the fact that every time I turned a corner, a new mob would show up. And the cave was trash anyways, so I kept exploring. Or I should say, exploding. Get it? Because I'm using creepers, so I'm anyways, I crafted what is probably the most important item for this challenge, and then find a new cave with the same mob problem.
Cool. Okay.
But this time it's actually worth staying.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Unfortunately, I'm forced to take a break, so in the meantime I started smelting my iron, and I crafted a book that I will totally need. And when I finally get out, I'm met by a stray enderman. I catch it with a bow, but there's a problem. I don't really know how to kill this thing without accidentally setting it free, or without risking my life, so I had to improvise a bit.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure this tactic was dealing more damage to me than the enderman, so I just tried with a point-blank explosion, which almost cost me an ender pearl. Luckily, the enderman didn't teleport too far away.
Let's go.
I really need a better strategy for the future though. 2 seconds after I craft my water bucket, I find this. If you've ever watched a speedrun, then you probably know how this one goes. Hey, if you want a step-by-step guide for what I just did, you can watch the tutorial I made. Just click the info card. Despite not being prepared, like, at all, I still decide to go into the nether, while wearing armor that is worse than gold. I said I like to torture myself for views, but sometimes I get a little too overconfident. And of course, since I forgot to make gold armor, I spawn in the worst biome for someone without gold armor. Luckily, this nether is pretty stacked with gold. And Enderman. I just need to figure out a way to... And I'm getting attacked by a ghast. Hold on for a bit. Apparently I'm fighting a ghast with Ultra Instinct. Like, look at these movements. Oh yeah, I couldn't really find another way to safely get pearls. I just have to hope the boat doesn't explode. Especially now that one of them is mad at me. Wow, that was a close one. Let's just hope it doesn't happen again. Well, fuck.
Finita.
Sometimes, my own cleverness scares me. I really need to find a better way to do this. At least this time there's no angry Enderman. Finally, I found a very painless and humane way to get ender pearls. Suffocation. Everything was going well. Until I started getting attacked by a phantom enderman. I still don't know what happened. Oh yeah, and apparently I found the fortress.
Okay, fine. Up.
My strategy here is simple.
Oh, fine.
Just try to isolate stray blazes one by one. And here is when I have a terrible moment of realization. I forgot that for blazes to drop, the blade needs to be killed by the player. Of course, creeper explosions don't count as a player action, even if you're the one spawning it. This, of course, means that, on a random seed, it is not possible to beat Minecraft while only using creepers as weapons. But at the end of the day, I made the rules, so they're almost completely arbitrary. I just need to figure this out real quick. Okay guys, somehow I forgot that I need to be involved to get blaze rods. How do we fix this?
My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
Why did you hire this guy?
I suggest killing blazes by punching them with creeper eggs. This way you're technically killing them using creepers. Only do this for blazes though, otherwise it would defeat the purpose of the challenge.
Alright, let's just go with that.
By the way, are we ever gonna get paid?
When I signed my contract,
Oh,
I was promised a monthly paycheck.
you really
but
had
after
to
3
go
years,
and
3 months
say
with no
that
paycheck,
now.
I'm starting to think that this might be a scam or something.
Hey, are you even listening? Hello? What are you getting from that chest?
Quanto è gente c'è?
You think that my stupidity stops here? No, no, no. For some reason, I thought that all I had to do was hit the blades at least once for the kill credit. That, of course, isn't the case. I actually had to deal the final blow. Also, these damn wither skeletons aren't helping.
Oh, fantastico. Mm.
Anyways, the plan to get rods stays the same. It's just that now, instead of dealing with the problem with just one explosion, I have to deal with it in a one-on-one fistfight. Problem is, if a stray blade spawns, then it's very likely that there's some other mob close by. So this plan is not gonna work easily. My first attempt at isolating a blade went like this.
No,
With my sprint key suddenly deactivating.
cazzo faccio?
This is one of the most embarrassing deaths I've had in my time of playing Minecraft. But when you play this game long enough, you start to learn some things, like that if you plan to go to the Nether, you should never bring all of your materials. Always bring the bare minimum. The funny thing is that now I'm actually more geared up than I was earlier. Of course, that still doesn't stop these situations.
Morto.
In the meantime, I'm still preparing for the worst case scenario. I had already planned to only eat mushroom stews in the Nether. But maybe I was worrying a bit too much. Just let me tell you about the insane amount of gold I found in this Nether. And to add to that, I also find like 7 piglins all close by. And here's what I got for those trades. Just ignore the sound of piglins dying. 22 ender pearls and 4 fire resistance potions. And some other stuff too that I'm sure was important. I instantly ran back to the overworld and placed them safely in a chest.
Touchdown.
Wait, I actually did something responsible for once? I need to do something stupid to balance that now. Yeah, that's it, now I recognize myself. I almost risked losing my armor, but hey, look, the threat that I created is now gone, haha. I'm gonna pretend none of that happened. Now, time to show you what only playing Minecraft every 2 months does to someone.
Fantastico.
No, not this. This.
Oh, salve. Vederci.
Now, it's time to enact the plan that so far has given me more death than blade rods, using this special weapon. Or I would if I actually remember to attack. Unfortunately, my theory from earlier is still valid. If there's a stray blade, then there's likely some other mob nearby.
No.
At some point, somehow, I actually managed to enter the fortress. With fire resistance, this will be the perfect time to kill some blades. If it wasn't for these damn skeletons. Oh my god, I hate you so much. You've died once, why don't you try it again, you useless waste of food. Finally, I can actually fight blazes without some annoying skelly interrupting. I see you there, don't you dare move a single bone. Bone. Now, I can finally farm blaze rods. Or that's what I will do if it wasn't for the fact that I'm running out of food and potions. So I decided to just go back to bring the 2 rods I got back to base. But along the way, this happened.
Ladies and gentlemen and everybody else, welcome to the first ever episode of How the Beep Do I Get Out of This Situation Now? Presented by your host, this idiot.
The plan is, keep the Enderman under control. You keep looking at its eyes, it won't move. If it moves out of sight, then look at the lowest tree and go under it. This way, it's harder for the Enderman to hit you. Then, dig down 3 blocks, lock yourself in, and craft a chest to save your most important items. This way they won't despawn. Then, dig out and face your destiny like a real man. Then, stop playing the game for 3 whole days.
No, non gioco da cage.
Wait, what?
Non è che sto messo tanto bene. Perché non vedo messo qui? Oh, fantastico. Un cavallo la lava. Bastardo. Cioè, come cazzo sei uscito da qua? Addio. Oh no. No, l'ho trovato, sono fottuto. Ok. Non rompermi il cazzo.
I had to quickly get a bit of gold for armor to at least keep the piglins away, and I also had to restock on food. And then I managed to safely get my stuff back. While I was bringing back my blaze rods, I found a ruined portal.
Scusa?
It was only one block from being a complete portal. So, out of curiosity, I go in and it just found me into a cave. Oh well. Then I go to my portal, deposited my blaze rods, and instantly went back to the fortress to get more. But I wasn't really getting lucky, and eventually I ran into a big problem named wither skeletons.
Merda. Freaking.
And when I finally found the spawner, I ran out of potions. So I had to resort to noob strats, otherwise I would have gotten gangbanged. Otherwise, I would have gotten gangbanged by those blazes. I got all my blaze rods and I instantly ran as fast as the game allowed me to. As soon as I made it back to base, I wasted no time. I reset my hunger, collected all my stuff, and made ender eyes to find the stronghold.
Oh, veramente in mezzo all'acqua. Ancora. Ok, finalmente.
Since I had plenty of pearls and rods, I made sure to get the exact location of the stronghold. And soon enough,
Oh. Quanti? Sì.
as always, when I don't need enchantments, I get insane books in the library.
Ok. Malumpo talaga.
Despite the broken stronghold that is really hard to navigate, I eventually did find the portal room, and it was really far from spawn. Whatever, now I just need to prepare for the fight. Smelt my iron. Make some potions. Oh yeah, did I mention that I got enough rods to make potions? I also got glowstone for level 2. Everything is ready now. Let's go.
Oh mio Dio, tutto viola.
Did you know that relaxing is illegal in Minecraft? No? Oh no, I'm just saying because as soon as I get in, a freaking Enderman instantly gets mad at me.
Ehi, di già,
I don't even know why, I barely looked over the edge.
che cazzo t'ha lì?
I already have to deal with the dragon, and now I have to deal with the aeters too. And these guys, I swear they're evolving. It vanished for a whole minute to give me a full sense of security and came back when I was standing close to the edge. It's like he was waiting for it.
Pezzo di merda.
We can get back to the real fight.
Ok.
I never specified this, but I was still allowed to punch the crystals. It's not like they're mobs, but I still use creepers when I could, just for fun.
Ehi, quindi sì. Ok. Ok, non muoio appunto qua. Poi quella volta.
Okay, add this to the list of my most stupid deaths I've had in this game. At least this time I didn't lose all my items. Ah! Okay, this one isn't much better.
Come fai a prendermi?
And now, get ready for the first ever water and fire clutch. Truly amazing.
Oh,
Damn, why did I sound so offended?
tu pezzo di merda.
But yeah, this was my way of announcing that all the crystals are gone.
Oh no. Enggak. Cazzo, 2 secondi.
For some reason, the dragon is staying perched for a really short time,
Ma che cazzo?
and when I actually manage to land an explosion, I barely do any damage,
Ma quello per andare. Oh.
because the explosion is too far away from the dragon. The perching time is also so low that it doesn't even let me use more than one creeper.
Perché fai 2 secondi? Zero danni, va bene.
At this pace, I ran out of resources before the dragon even reaches half health. But I wasn't out of ideas. After the first explosion, I was already thinking about some way of keeping the dragon still, and I remembered something. You know, I've been watching Minecraft content since 2012. Hell, this game is the reason I learned how to speak English. In all this time, I've seen all kinds of weird tricks and glitches. And of course, there was also one about the Ender Dragon that I didn't think I would have had to use for one of my challenges. It's not really something obscure. In fact, if you like to watch Minecraft content like me, you probably know about this trick already. Basically, the Ender Dragon is programmed to perch at the highest point at 0, 0. This means that it won't necessarily stop on top of that bedrock pillar. If you place a block on top of those bedrock blocks, the dragon will stop on top of that block instead. Now, using this knowledge, what if we put water on top of the highest block? In this case, the dragon will get locked into its spinning animation. Using this trick, we can lock the dragon in place, making it easier to land explosions near the weak spot. Now, when I thought of this plan, I was just trusting what I remembered in the moment. All I knew is that I couldn't just start building a pillar up from 0, 0, since the dragon could start perching at any moment, pushing me down. So I decided that it would be safer to bridge towards 0, 0, and then place the water when I was ready to go. But I still had to go higher than the Ender Dragon could. So I located the highest tower, used water to get on top to save blocks, and then I started bridging. And when I finally reached the spot, I found out that I was one block short.
Un block. No.
Easy fix, but what a crazy miscalculation after all that. You'd think that there's nothing else that I overlooked. Oh yeah, the Ender Dragon flies up pretty fast. But at least I know that this setup worked. The dragon was in place. I just need to get out of its reach. And I also need to get up there again.
Di nuovo.
But I might run out of blocks if I pillar up, so... Okay, this should be enough.
Dai.
Now, I'm just gonna let you enjoy the rest.
Ok. Ce la facciamo. Ok. Quello è bene. Ok. Qualcuno di danno. Ecco bene. Ok. No.
Okay, I should probably explain what happened.
No.
I don't know. I guess it just flies away after taking some damage? I don't really know. But the plan still works, so we'll just wait for it to perch again. I'll just go away now, bye.
Non si muove. Battuto stronzo.
I did it. I beat the Ender Dragon, even though I had to cheese it. But hey, I didn't want to spend another 3 hours trying to beat it by doing 2 HP of damage every purge. Now, we did beat the Ender Dragon, but the question of this video was not, can you beat the Ender Dragon if you can only use creepers as weapons? The question was, can you beat Minecraft if you can only use creepers as weapons? The answer, technically, is no, since I had to change the rules just to complete this run. I know I said the rules were arbitrary, but at the end of the day, I wasn't able to do what the title explicitly asks. So, unless you're using a set seed with an already completed end portal, you cannot beat Minecraft only using creepers. And it's all because of these a-holes. Anyways, I still hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe. Did you know that a bajillion% of people who watch my videos unsubscribe? Subscribe so we can at least bring this number down to a gazillion. And feel free to suggest more challenges down in the comments. I already have some stuff lined up, but I could use some new ideas. Even though we failed, I don't really see this as a loss. I still had fun recording and playing this, and for the end fight I actually got to use some deeper game knowledge, and it feels very satisfying. Also, and I think you can clearly tell, this is the first time I've recorded live reactions and voice lines for a Minecraft video. or for a video in general. If you're a new viewer, this probably doesn't mean anything to you.
Ma che fai? Non te lo prendi così.
But to the 3 people who watch my videos, this might be a surprise. It probably sounds really bad in this microphone, but I do have a voice. Anyways, if you like to see more challenges,
Let's go.
I have a whole playlist about it. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.